Good evening. Today is the 25th day of October 2015, and we are very pleased to have Bijayeeni Mohapatra with us from Orissa. Namaste.
Namaste.
And welcome to our interviews. The usual question we always ask first is, how did you first hear about Mother and Sri Aurobindo?
I first personally, when I was a medical student in Odisha, and the most ancient medical college I was studying in the Cuttack Medical College, Sri Ramchandra Bhanja Medical College. I was a fourth year student, and at that time I came in contact with a Matru Bhavan, a center in Cuttack. There is Sri Aurobindo's relics is there, and the Sri Aurobindo Integral School is there, and many activities was going on at that time. It is around 74. Before that, I knew Mother and Sri Aurobindo, but as a god and goddess. But the 74 only I could know Mother and Sri Aurobindo, how they want to change our life. So after that I came to ashram. In 74 only I came to ashram first time. And when I came here, I met Babaji Ramakrishna Das.
So then you came to the ashram in 74. Mother had already left
Yes.
her body, but you met Babaji.
Yes.
And what was that meeting like?
It was Babaji Ramakrishna Das. His name was Babaji Ramakrishna Das. We call him as Babaji Maharaj. And he always speaks to us what is the aim of our life and how to go forward, how the study circles are so important. And when repeatedly we try to come to every darshan, I try to come. That time, and always he tells us how the Odisha work will go on, how the different study circles will be established, different schools, and particularly gradually he gave us the responsibility to work for the women of our state in the Odisha. How the women will know about the aim of their the true aim of their life, and how they will rise in the consciousness.
And Bijayeeni, what ages of the women?
Actually, at that time when we started this work, all the ages we are taking, particularly mostly the adult women. We are concentrating at that time. And so then we started our women study circles. Before that, we had combined study circles in Odisha, but women attend, but few women were attending at that time. But after the advice of Babaji Ramakrishna Das, we started the different women study circles, particularly for women, both in rural areas and also in the urban areas, in different villages, different blocks, different districts. We tried to have the women study circles, like where more than 2 women sit together and study for 1 hour in a week. Usually we keep that women study circles, and there we study about Mother and Sri Aurobindo, and about the devotees. If they have told any other things, we study that. We read Durga Stotra, and also we do some activities. Like how they will make all the activities in the house offering to the mother, so that those study circles gradually grew. And gradually also we try to have our one-day conferences in different districts. We had initially we had 13 districts in the state. Now we are in Odisha 30 districts. And almost all districts we used to go in our holidays particularly. And with me also another Dr. Shama was also working with me. She is now the professor of in obstetric and gynec department. So mostly Shama and myself, when we come to Babaji usually tell us, you both of you work for the women wing of Odisha. You see how the women will rise up in their consciousness, how they will know about their hidden capabilities, and how they will make their homes the mother's homes. Their family will be turned to the mother. So gradually we, as per the advice of the Babaji, we try to work during our holidays. Whenever we get time, we give our time for the mother's work in the state. Wherever a woman or a man is interested in which village, maybe in the tribal village, maybe in a difficult area, those places we also go there, and we enjoy very much by working for the mother in the, even in whichever place may be. We also, it helps us in our sadhana also, and mostly we discuss about the aim of our life, and the women actually became very interested. Gradually we see even the illiterate women, a very remote tribal pockets also we see, and they understand and they sit together for hours together to hear it.
And what do you speak about of Mother and Sri Aurobindo?
We
from
speak,
what books or from what knowledge?
Actually,
from what suggestions from Babaji?
Babaji had written very small books in our local language. Those are Sri Aurobindo Loka Sahitya books. And this is, some of the books are also translated in other languages and in English also. Like Pratyek Manushya Kartabya, like a duty of every human being, like Divya Yuga Sthapana, women, role of women in the establishment of the divine earth, divine world, and also Deva Muhurta, the divine moment, and also in the Nama Japa in Rupantar Jogo. And about the women actually, Nari Ratna, like they are devoted women in our past, and also some bhakta, about the life history of some devotees, which inspires a lot to our Odia people. Initially there are no books in our language, only Mother and Sri Aurobindo's books were there. Babaji was writing a lot of letters, like questions. He, sometimes people ask questions, sometimes he also puts himself in the place of the person, other person, and he makes questions, and also he writes that answers also. So initially he wrote letters, and that letter was going to the study circle, one, and next study circle. But gradually the book came out, and one after another, the very small books with very small price also, because so that everybody can purchase that and read it. That was the main purpose behind that. And it was many times Babaji has told us that these books I have not written, Mother has written through me. And we find those books very revealing. Any time we read, we find it new. Like Mother's books, when we read, every time we find some revelation. Or similarly, also when we read Babaji's books, also we find new revelations to us, new understanding, and it takes us ahead in our consciousness growth. So gradually, actually, and Babaji tried to give much more importance to the aim. What is the aim of our life? And for to achieve that aim, he emphasized it to do Mother's Nama Japa. He gradually emphasized that actually. And we also practice that. He also told us how to put it into practice. And he always says how he will repeat Mother's name. Before he left his body in 1998, before that he used to have Nama Japa sessions, half an hour, morning, evening, in his room. And he was demonstrating how to do this Nama Japa. And he was telling, go as fast as you can, and the attitude will be inside, I am thine. Ma, I am yours. Ma, I am yours. The attitude will be like that, but the repetition will be ma, and then, how swiftly, how rapidly one will do that. And by that also we see how it helps us remembering Mother. And he also tells about what is the timing of the Nama Japa. Nama Japa actually, from the very beginning of when one wakes up, from that moment till again one sleeps in the night, that Nama Japa to continue constantly, unceasing, like aspiration, constant and unceasing. Similarly, he was advising us to do this Nama Japa continuously, It is so powerful. It is very, very powerful. Maha Nama Japa. And whatever one wills, one can achieve that. And when we achieve when we see it, we look at our aim of our life. That is, as he has told in one phrase, the aim of our life, and to realize the divine in our transformed body, mind, and vital. Rupantar जगरे भगवत प्राप्ति रूपांतरित मन प्राण शरीर भगवत प्राप्ति तो भगवत टू रियलाइज द डिवाइन in our transformed body, mind, and vital. So, he always emphasizes, whenever anybody goes to him, he always says the same thing, like aim of life, but every time it is new. I used to sit with him several times. I come and I spend, we try to spend as much time as possible with him and in the samadhi. We usually spend like that our time. And whenever we hear him and we see same thing like aim of life he tells, but every time it is new. It is new to us, new feelings to us. So it gives us a lot of inspiration. Even if we come for one day also, few hours to ashram also, we always feel like our energized, charged of our battery like that. So whenever we go back, so we started our activities with the women folk, and he always tells Shama and myself that both of you should work for the women, for the development of the women, because he has also written, mother has also written, because the women is the half of the out of male and females. Female also occupies a larger portion, along with the children it occupies a larger portion, and they have to develop in the consciousness. Women always remains behind the scene and does not participate fully in the growth of the earth, growth of the world. So it is now time has come now. The women must participate fully and integrally. And women also do not know about their hidden capabilities. They have a lot of capabilities, but behind the screen they work, and mostly they work for the cooking, for the bringing of the children,
yes.
The bearing the children, those things as if their only domain is that and nothing else. So now
and pleasing the husband,
yes. So with the beauty and with the words and ornaments that.
Yes.
So actually we started to tell them what is the true purpose of her life, what is the aim of her life, and what is the true happiness, what is the enjoyment, and where it is, how the mother's presence. And mother, we always tell them supramental force, mother and Sri Aurobindo all are same, and it is inside ourselves. The psychic discovery, we relate to psychic discovery also, and that also we give a lot of importance in our total discussion. Suppose one day discussion we will make, in that major time we give it for this aim of life, psychic discovery and Nama Japa.
And you found that the women were opening?
Yes, very much. And also not only the discussion, we also teach them the exercise, regular exercise. Like Babaji was giving stress on 3 things, like swasthya, sikkha and brahmacharya. Health, spiritual education and brahmacharya. These 3 things actually, if one observes, then one will achieve perfection, integral perfection in one's life. So in the health section, so he tells regular exercise is a must. And for the body transformation, mother has also told regular exercise is a must.
Yes.
So, what exercise we usually say, in this activity, Pranabda also has helped us, has encouraged us a lot. Pranabda. And Pranabda had given a set of exercise. Like this exercise takes about half an hour. And like healthful exercise for women and girls. This is the exercise we make.
Yes, I
and
see.
This actually we had we learned it from physical education department. Dada asked sadhaks here to show us the demonstration, and we did it also in front of them. So when we go back, we prepare some of our leaders also, and we did, and everybody also does it. And it takes half an hour or not. and it enhances the receptivity.
How did the women find the time?
And once the determination is there that I will do this, women one can find one's time, and they get time. So now after that, many women are coming up, and many are very determined also, sacrifice totally their life for the mother's work also now in the state. And very strange also, the tribal women who doesn't understand, they're quite illiterate people, and sometimes they communicate in their own language, which we are not able to, initially we are not able to understand that. And from them very few were interested in mother's work at that time, but they will sit hours together and hear it. Once we ask them, what you are hearing, how do you sit for hours together? Then they told, even if we don't understand, but there is some atmosphere, mother's presence, and we feel it joy and anand. So they spend like that. So gradually we worked in the different districts. Then we went to the different blocks and different villages. And now we have around 1500 women study circles and other 10,000 study circles also, combined study circles, where also more women are participating. And initially we had integral schools, few integral schools, Sri Aurobindo integral schools. Now we have more than 600 integral schools in the state. And where women teachers are very dedicated are there, and they are not married, completely dedicated for the mother's work. And but our aim is to see how each woman in the state, even in the very remote corner, will know about the true purpose of our life, true purpose of our existence, aim of our life, and what Mother and Sri Aurobindo has done, how the supramental force has come and what for, and how we'll prepare ourselves for the higher world, and how they will daily their practice will be for that.
So Bijayeeni, what about these women's children?
That actually in 92, Babaji had some hernia problem and he was undergoing operation in the Jipmar. At that time, actually I had also, before that I had some accident and I had a spine injury, and doctor has advised me to take rest. So I, instead of staying in the state or in my house, I came to Pondicherry state to take rest here. So I just requested my brother to send me here. So I stayed here for 1 month. After 1 month I was able to walk, allowed to walk. So at that time Babaji actually, the doctors advised for an operation in Jipmar, hernia operation. And Babaji asked me to remain with him during the stay in the Jipmar hospital. So I stayed with him, I served him. So got an opportunity. One day when in the like afternoon we are discussing, then Babaji told us, now you have worked for years together for women, now you have to work for the girls from the very young age. And he went on explaining what is the reason. Because from a very young age, girls should know what is the aim of their life. And they should prepare themselves how to reach that aim of life from a very, very young age. So he then went on telling, every day he will tell me that these are the things he will go and discuss. You call for the girls. And he told about 12 to 19 years particularly, that is the adolescent age. And what are their common problems, you discuss with them. And how small group discussions are to be made. So everything and gradually when we come back from the hospital also, he stayed for some days in the our ashram nursing home. And Jayanti was my friend in Nabajyoti Karyalaya manager. Jayanti, she is one of our friends. She was in America, then she came here. And she also joined with me in hearing and planning that activities here. So then I stayed for another month here. Total 3 months I had stayed here at that time. I had a very close interaction with Babaji at that time.
And he sort of gave you the whole plan
Yes.
for the young children.
Yes, everything he called. What are the how we will give importance to the cleanliness, how we will give importance to the exercise, daily exercise, how we will give importance to the food habits, particularly very clean, personal cleanliness. Everything has to be maintained. Hygiene has to be maintained, and how the very important was how they will know about their aim of life for a very young age and rely on the mother only and repeat mother's name, mama name. Repeat. That was the main message with us. And so I asked him if I called only the girls, then boys also will react, and all the others will say, why not? You are not inviting boys. Then Babaji specifically told, let others call that. You call for the girls, and you tell them about this. Whatever others are telling, don't hear that. You go on working in this. So when I went back to the state, we started the activities. And first time when we invited a conference, like we decided along with the teachers of the different integral schools, and we thought from our schools we'll call first, because large number of schools by that time was also there. So we decided to invite our school children from our integral schools. I talked to some of the sincere teachers, women teachers who are working in the school. What will be the nice time to do so that children can participate in this work. We also told them what are the Babaji has told us to tell. And they were very happy and they decided that November 1st Saturday and Sunday, this will be the ideal time to have this workshop. So that is why from that day onwards, we are continuing this 2 days conference in the state. Initially, we are doing it at Cuttack. Cuttack is a very big center. Matrubhavan is a very big center in the state. And many activities going, and there are many sincere workers are also there. Now we have also many centers in the state. But we started there. Initially, we are doing it there. But gradually, we find that from different distant districts, girl students are not able to participate. So we decided to do it in different districts in the state, and gradually every 4 years we'll have it at Cuttack. We decided. So now at present we are doing this for young girls, for adolescent girls at Cuttack every 4 years. Next year we'll be at Cuttack. This year it is in Bhadrak district. It is around 200 kilometers from Cuttack distance. That is going to happen in 7th and 8th November. And this is going on. And this is the book, actually one book we give it to all the girl children who participate in that conference, 2 days conference. And this book usually contains writings from the Mother and Sri Aurobindo. And Mother has discussed about the women's body and their problems, and that also we have given it, translated into our own language, and we have given it. And we have also given some from the passages from the Babaji's books, Loka Sahitya. And also we have also requested Dada to say a few things to our different questions, and how Dada has answered that also we have given here. Amal Kiran also, Kedi Setna, we have also asked him. He was very happy when he heard that this work is going on. He also gave some messages to tell. We also put that here every year. And every year new girls participate, and we continue with that. And this year we are revising something. And usually we make small group discussions. Evening meeting usually is together. Otherwise, we make small 25-30 per students. Along with that, one facilitator will be there. Sometimes we put the facilitator from themselves, from the adolescents themselves. Peer educators, because peer educators we put. And one teacher will be facilitated, help them if they need. Otherwise, the peer educator will be there. And we sometimes train those volunteers, these leaders. Sometimes we do the leaders training. Last year we did the leaders training before this program. And usually the contents of the program are these three things important: swasthya, Sikhya and Brahmacharya. And Swasthya, in the health, we tell them about how the health is very important, and how particularly the exercise, daily exercise is very important. How to take how to maintain our cleanliness, different parts and parts of our being also, and how this body, what is the future of the body. That also they get. We also discuss that. And there particularly the girls, actually they face a problems like reproductive health problems. Also we discuss that, and how they themselves can contribute a lot to their own health problems. That also we discuss. Besides that, we discuss about the life skill. What are the different life skills, and how to communicate, how to have empathetic, how to understand others, and how the another two things very important in that is actually love and beauty. And we always seek it outside, and they have a lot of problems.
Yes.
And in our state also we find many unmarried pregnancies. That also creates a lot of very
Sure.
So that is why we bring this into discussion also.
Yeah, I was going to ask you especially about interaction with young boys.
Actually, we invite exclusively to this the girls only.
Yes.
But the boys actually they also very interested to be called for. And the boys, for particularly for our school boys. Now we have a New Life Education Trust for that also they are also taking care of that combined with their colleague. That forum is something we discuss a similar thing, aim of life mainly. But here, as Babaji has advised us to give specific importance to the girls and to the women, so that is why we work for them.
Right. Now, you spent 24 years with Babaji, 74 to 98?
Yes.
What a blessing.
Yes. It's an opportunity from Mother's grace only.
So, how is the response in all of the state of Orissa now to your work?
Response is beyond imagination.
I see.
Because it's no person is working. Here mother is working. We don't have the capacity. We are unable to, even if we are doctors also, we didn't have the capacity to speak also. Mother only gave us whatever little we have. And the work we feel, it is her work actually she does. She is the leader. And we try to concentrate on her, we try to repeat her name. As much as we do this japa, we become more and more perfect instruments. If we don't do japa, don't do exercise, don't do with her consciousness, then it is useless. That work doesn't have any impact. And we found a lot of opening. Wherever we have gone, sometimes particularly for the adult women when we are working, whenever we go to suppose remote village we have gone for the first time, sometimes we found only a male member must be sitting. Nobody is there. So what we do? We also always tell, unless the women comes, we are not going to start any activities, no discussion. So we usually distribute ourselves to go to each household, call the women, sit for some time, make them understand in their household level, then they come. And once they hear us, once they hear the Mother's Sri Aurobindo's work, they become so interested. At the end, we have to tell, "Night is already time. You have to go." We have to also go. So we find a lot of interest in there. So everywhere, no resistance is there. Sometimes in the beginning, somebody might tell that I don't have some time, but afterwards it goes out. If we call mother sincerely, mother takes it away, and that is the most important thing. And Babaji actually showed us how to work, how to go forward, and particularly women also. We have done the women leaders here also to Pondicherry. We had even 1 week workshop here, and Babaji and all the trustees also attended. Babaji is so overwhelmed with joy to see women are participating in the activities, and that also inspired a lot to go ahead.
Yes.
Actually, mother is taking us. Otherwise, we are nothing. We know nothing, and we don't have any capacity as ourselves. Uh, and for the young girls, no. Once first we called for the meeting, only 30 girls came. The next year came 100. Next year came 300. Next year came 700. Now 1,000, 2,000 like that. They are coming. Now we have to say, don't come so many because it is very difficult to. Now we are planning to do it in each district meet.
Okay.
Gradually, initially we are inviting only our girls from our integral schools. Now we are inviting the girls from the other schools, government schools, non-government schools, and also we are inviting the girls who are even not going to the school, non-school girls also. We are inviting them to join us, and they are also coming. And whoever attends the conference, they feel so joy, so interested. They go with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of commitment also. If they don't come, they feel as if they have missed something. And it is definitely mother's presence. We always try to invoke mother's presence. That gives them the. And we put an exhibition like how in the past our heroism, different fields, that also we put. And we also put like all these three, how brahmacharya is so important. We give another important thing also, brahmacharya. Unless brahmacharya is maintained, this consciousness cannot remain with us. This has to.
And you find that what percent of
No,
the girls are practicing?
Practicing, they are trying actually.
They are trying.
Trying because sex is a force. It's a devouring, making everybody slavery is there. So we have to rise above. We have to have victory over it. Only mother will do that. We cannot do. Only we have to pray her, and she will get victory through her.
Yes.
So that is so everybody has to pray her.
How do the husbands react to your work?
Husbands, sometimes in some families, husbands sometimes give priority to household work, but gradually the women always praise mother, do japa. That's the secret.
Yes.
We tell everybody that whatever difficulties come, repeat mother's name. In 1 minute, mother's presence will be there, in 1 second also. So one does the japa and everything, the difficulties goes out. Everything goes out. And the resistance will not be there. And the husbands gradually, what is the habit? In the ancient times, the husbands will come, the women will be in the household only.
Right.
But that's why when we made separately women study circles, so women got a chance that it is our study circle for us. So we will go and hear it. Same thing we discuss. Same thing we also discuss about the aim of our life and how we will achieve that, how we will prepare ourselves in the daily activities. And but the women here, they feel their ownership and their involvement and more interactive. We try to do more interactive sessions.
And they are empowered now.
Yeah, they're empowered, yes. Gradually,
this is so important.
Yes, very important. And gradually the women folk are rising in the state actually. Their consciousness has to grow. And mother is doing that work.
Yes.
Many now leaders, many women are now very good speakers. Many have come up with that.
What about in the government itself?
Government itself, there are many
women?
Many women, yes. My secretary, health secretary is a woman. My MD NHM is also a woman. Another director is also a woman. I was the director actually 5 months back. So many women in different fields in Odisha. We find now a lot of changes actually. And women are also doing very well in their field. Because truthfulness, sincerity, honesty is very essential.
Yes.
And whoever hears Mother and Sri Aurobindo also try to do that. We try to put it into practice. How Mother will make us the instruments. That we pray always, Mother.
So tell me a little bit more about the young people.
And but particularly for this group actually which we are making this, and they are very much interested actually to know about the true aim of life. And particularly we also invite doctors. We have a in 2 days session we have. First day we keep two group discussions, and one summarizes like aim of life, one session. Another session we keep health. We give the articles from these and they read in their groups. And from that, whatever questions they have, we have a question box. We put a question box there. And it is anybody can put any question, anonymous question. They feel sometimes shy to ask questions.
Sure.
So we ask them, you don't put your name, you just write your question. Any questions coming to your mind. Sometimes they put health questions related. Sometimes they put how to get mother, what is japa. That also they ask questions. Many questions, hundreds of questions now we have. So
because they are free to ask, they don't have to put their name.
Yes. So all these things they ask, and the next day we usually call the experts, doctors, and they usually see the different questions, and we try to interact with the students, and doctors interact with the students. And also we tell them, particularly reproductive, they don't understand what is the human body, how the reproductive health actually functions, or different parts functions, how they are now able to be pregnant. Once they mature they are able to be pregnant, but how they will they should remember the aim of life, and any difficulties come they should call mother, ma japa, they should do immediately the japa, so that the immediate help will come to them. And also we try to say them how the self protecting mechanisms, how they can themselves can protect themselves if there is some problem in the outer world while daily activity, daily going and coming. So we try to say them, and mostly we give more importance how their complete reliance will be on the mother, because she is the saver and she will protect themselves.
Like to ask you about the literacy rate improvement.
Yes, lot of improvement. Initially it was some places like 40-50%. Now it is many places 80%, more than 80%. Yes.
Much of it due to your work, I think.
Definitely mother's work has helped them.
Yes.
But the government sector also working. Government sector also many people are there who are also Mother and Sri Aurobindo. It's not a religion, that's why everybody knows about Mother and Sri Aurobindo now also in Odisha. Many students, thousands of students are coming out of our schools. Our integral schools now, more than 600 schools we have. So thousands of students are coming up and they are doing fairly well. And so whenever they go to any field in the community, definitely they will work for the Mother and Sri Aurobindo.
And what about in government? Have some of them gone into government?
Yes. Some of them, they are in the government.
Wonderful,
Yes. We also see in the future ahead also our children will come up in different fields. Mother's children will come up in the different fields. Definitely a good time is coming. And particularly it helps them a lot to grow in the consciousness, to know themselves more and more, helping them a lot. And parents also feel now to leave their daughters to attend that.
This is so
important. Now what we have joined together, we are doing health checkup for the students, and combining with we are calling the parents also, particularly mothers.
Excellent.
So we tell them what are the problems with their children, and then we also tell how the mother has to take, and mother has to take care of the baby. And also what is the aim of life, what Mother and Sri Aurobindo has told, how the new world is coming up. So all these things also we tell them. Now we are combining the health activities and the girls activities. It is combined activities also. Education, health, and the study circle activities, women's study circle. All three actually we are complementing each other.
It's a wonderful work.
Yeah.
And it's a blessed work. Yeah. Now I have one last question for you. Are you going to teach them Om choir?
Yes, we are trying. Actually, we do sometimes Om recitations.
I see.
We do. Every conference actually, but we tell them how the 3 syllables actually we take. But now I learned that definitely, and we mantra recitation always we do. In the initially, Om Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Satyamayi Parame. Gayatri mantra also, Om Tat Saviturvaram Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimai Yanna Satyena Deepayet. So all these, and Om Sri Mata Saranam Mama, Om Sri Aravinda Saranam Mama, these repetitions definitely it brings constantly mother's presence. And yesterday, day before yesterday, when I participated in the Om choir also, it's very encouraging. For hours together, as if I was feeling myself, we are telling about the reciting the Om. It was very powerful, I find. And it has a tremendous impact, like Mass, Namajapa. Mother has told Om is the signature of the Lord,
Yes.
the Divine.
Yes.
And we actually give importance to in our state also. We work in that, we include that. This is very powerful. And I feel we'll do together all these things also. Actually.
Please do keep in touch with me.
Yes.
And let me know.
Yes, I'm very happy to meet you actually.
It is an honor for me.
And we will be very happy if you come to our state.
Thank you.
Sometimes mother will take you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.